It's early, y'all. Very early. I always get up early. I started realizing that a while ago that when I wake up early and I can't sleep, it's time to go spend some time with God. And so that's what I just finished doing. And I'm about to stretch. That's why I get my mat out. Because after I spend time with God, then it's time for me to do some Pilates, strengthening my body with stretching, and then literally stretch. And when I was praying today, some things just started to come to me. Tabitha Brown truly inspired me with her last video. If you have not seen it, go and watch her video of her being in total tears because of God. Man, I totally can relate to how she feels. But she inspired me, and I'm so thankful for her. I'm glad that God put her on a platform to be able to do exactly what he's created us to do, which is to give him glory for everything. And she does that all the time. But she said, whatever it is, just do it, tell your story. And to be honest with you, I've been in this space for a while, for 3 years, as you all have heard me say, just trying to figure it out in this social media world. I'm used to doing hair, taking pictures, video of good hair, and then just being extremely successful with my message. Number one, of what I stand for in clean beauty, my story, being able to impact people one by one in that way. But God shut that down because he said it's time for me to do something larger. Like, I want to do something more with your story. More people need to hear it. And honestly, that's why God left me here. Like, I nearly died. And God left me here on this earth to do something huge, because I literally was almost in a box, per my doctor's words. So I can't be silent. I can't be quiet. I can't continue to just try to be so much in my mind or in my brain or in my thoughts of how to share my message on this platform of social media. I've never been a trendy person. Even in my clothes, I'm always the one that's going to buy something that lasts and that stays in style forever. I just never been trendy. I remember as a little girl, maybe, with the starter jackets and stuff like that. But as I became an adult, I never sway back and forth with the trends. So I'll just be honest and say, all of these social media trends and things that you should be doing to get more eyes on your story, on your videos and stuff like that, it totally sometimes keeps me confused and stagnant. It stops me from really truly just picking up the phone and speaking. God has given me the gift of speaking. Everywhere I go, even if it's on a call with my sisters in discipleship training, they're like, it's just something about when you open your mouth and talk that is so powerful. And I can't negate that. I can't continue to wreck my brain of how to create these reels. Not to say that I won't create reels, but the message that I have is beyond a couple of seconds. It just hasn't always felt in alignment with me. So I think about Tabitha Brown and why she inspires me. Tabitha Brown don't have no brand colors. Her page don't look all pretty and beautiful and all laid out like people tell you to do to get eyes on you. If you are anointed and it's meant for eyes to be on you or me, it will happen with just being who we are. Just like she said, like for a while she would, I think she called it code switch, or I don't remember what her terminology is. I had never heard of it until she said it, but you talk proper or you do certain things in a certain way around certain people, but you're not being yourself. And so God made us all very unique and different for a reason. And we're supposed to be who he made us to be, not copy anybody else. Inspire each other. Like I said, Tabitha Brown, she just talks. She does videos. She talks about whatever the Holy Spirit speaks to her, and the Holy Spirit speaks to me all the time. Do I pick up my phone and talk? No. So who is it for if he speaks to me? Yeah, it's for me sometimes, but a lot of times it's for others. And instead of me trying to get a reel together to make it look fancy and get somebody's attention, I pray every single day that the people that need what I have to give, that God will send them my way. So that means that when he sends them my way, Even if it's not in a fancy hook, they will stick around and they will listen to what I have to say. So I have to stand firm in that and not lose focus and not conform to the patterns of this world in everything that I do. I get it. Like I said, no harm or no pun intended on reels and hooks and all that good stuff. But that's not totally in alignment with who I am. So I said all that to say, why do I think stories are so important? Because I feel like I'm a great storyteller. And I always encourage others to tell their story. And I was like, well, Tayshell, why is it so important to tell your story? Why is it so important for others to tell their story? You say it all the time, but why? And truly, I've been saying this for about a month. Because when things happen in our lives that we do not expect, that are challenging, I have a peace about it. And the peace comes from knowing that whatever happens is always for our good and for God's glory. If you look at it through that lens, you will get through it a lot better because you'll be looking for the good, you'll be looking for the lesson, and you will be glorified. You will see God's glory through it all. And that is truly why He allows these things to happen. It's always something that makes us better, whether we get closer to Him, whether we become a better version of ourselves, and something that we've been struggling with, but something that we need to equip us for Him to take us to the next level so He can bless us with the prayers that we've been praying about. It's always for a good reason. And so when you have that mindset that it's always for His glory and for our good, it just shifts your perspective of how you handle the trials and tribulations of life. So we should share our stories to give each other hope that, you know what, that happened to me too. Relatability, connection, to allow all of us to know that we're never alone. Never alone. In anything that we battle, anything that we go through, the enemy always wants us to feel like we're alone. He wants to isolate us because that's when he can truly fill our minds with lies and truly take us down spiritually and make us not believe in ourselves, not believe in the power of the Holy Spirit. So if that's you today, you need to share your story. Just pick up the phone. Do a video. Share your story about something that God is taking you through. He's taking you through. Share the ups and the downs. Share the emotions. Share all of it. Because a lot of people pick up their phones and they share the victory, but they don't share the valley moments. They don't share when Jesus was the lily that they were riding on in the valley and how He showed them that He's the bright and morning star. They don't talk about that part. So I encourage you, talk about that part. It's nothing to be embarrassed about or ashamed about. God took you through it for a reason, and one of those reasons is to be able to help and inspire and give hope to someone else who's going through it too. Life is not perfect, and God didn't promise that it will be, but my God, with Him you will find peace and you will find joy in every circumstance. Every circumstance. So, as Tabitha Brown said, that I can relate to so much. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't. But I know that I'm being obedient. Anytime God tells you to close your business, when you're ministering to women one by one, close your business that you're making well into the six figures, that will alter your lifestyle. I have been obedient these past 3 years, and we've seen some things happen, some things shift. It's changed some things in me. My goodness, the time is now for me, and I know that, but I needed to go through that to be where I am today. So I'm so thankful and so blessed to be able to share my story. But I want you to share your story too. Don't be ashamed. I've come across so many people that are like, yeah, I went through this, but I don't tell anybody. And I'm like, why? Each story paints the picture that it is for God's glory and it is for your good. And the things that He does not allow is not for your good. He has something better that's for you. So change your perspective. Take captive all of your thoughts and make them obedient to Christ. Pray that every day that God renews your thoughts, transforms your thoughts, renews your mind, because your mind, your thoughts have so much power. So much power. So as you go along your day, have an amazing day. Tell your story, because it truly changes lives. I don't even know how to cut this off. As I just said, I don't know what I'm doing, like Tabitha Brown, but I'm going to be obedient and just tell my story and pick up this camera and talk. And I always never know how to shut it off. You're welcome. Hey, Eddie.